Hey everybody, this is Cholera with Rise once again, and we are bringing you rather, Game 3 of Lecaf Oz versus KTF Magicians. This is a little bit of a drop-off in name recognition and skill after Flash versus Jadong, but we're going to finish the series no matter what. This is Inter Young versus Stats. Inter Young, a Protoss on Lecaf Oz, and Stats, a Protoss on KTF Magicians. Stats does not have the best stats out there. Even though he looks like Mind for some reason. He is 1 and
Yeah.
3 in lifetime stats. Hasn't played a game against Protoss. Inter Young right now, 100%, but he is 1 and 0. So I don't know. That's not too much of 100%. We'll see if he turns out to be another. What's his name again? Taza. Maybe he'll turn out to be another Taza.
Could be. You never know. There's definitely been a lot of new players in the scene these days, and it's good to see, but sometimes the games are just a little unexciting, uneventful. I'm hoping for a lot out of these two, though. I mean, hopefully we'll see something interesting. Stats, I have actually done a game with him before. I think it was. Oh, wait, he played a really good game, I think, against. I forget who it was against. It might have actually been against Mind. Yeah, I think it was against Mine, and it was actually a really close game. Stats did a
Oh
really
right,
good
that
job.
game. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was an exciting
Stats
game.
Stats played really well, so we'll have to see how he does in a Protoss versus Protoss setting. He is the red Protoss in the 9 o'clock position, and Inner Young, of course, is going to be the 6 o'clock Protoss. I think it's Teal. I don't know. I can't really see based off the minimap, but yeah. So they're playing on Neo Requiem. And Collar, you know anything about this map?
Well, Neo Requiem is another map where your main starts off on the low ground. Natural expansion is fairly hard to hold, and it has a very open middle ground, which is unbuildable. There's also expansions that are sort of behind your natural expansion. They can be reached with a worker trick or by mining out the patches. That was your map summary done by AAA, by Cholera.
Not bad.
Instant map summary. Yeah, I know.
Awesome.
Yeah, I remember that long game between Stats and Mind. He actually lost at the end, but he
Yeah,
certainly put
it
up
was almost a
a very
stalemate.
close, very good fight, though.
Yeah, it was almost a tie, and Stats at the last minute, for some reason, kind of just wasted his troops against Mind. Where if if he just did nothing, they would have called a tie. And I would imagine having a tie is better than a loss. I mean, I would think so anyway. So it was a little. I think he was just a little new and overzealous and wanted to get a win out of that and thought he could take the match. Especially winning a match versus Mind would have been pretty good for one of his first couple of games out there. Unfortunately for him, instead he lost, and I have no idea what that picture was supposed to be about.
That was
Looks like,
Link.
oh, was it? Weird.
No, that was Link
No,
who
no,
plays
no.
for Lecaf. I don't know.
It's better. It's better that way. Just tell me something, and I'll believe it.
It's not Backhoe, I hope, but oh god.
It did
All
look like a
right.
woman.
Oh, let's not go into that. It brings back too many memories. Stats is going for a standard build, one gate into core, whereas we're going to see a little bit of a rush here from our Teal's Protoss, who is young, young from Lake Half. So Young could do a lot of damage here. We'll see how good his micro is. This is the map where Reach and Bisu fought. Reach, unfortunately, decided to let Bisu win that game, but Reach did go for a 2-gate Zealot rush, and afterwards he decided to feel bad for the Pretty Boy Protoss and let him win one. But still, we're going to see how successful Young is with this early push. He's also getting gas, so it's not a total all-in Zealot rush, but he's going to have 3 lots moving down towards the stats base, and maybe he's been watching those games between, you probably watch Reach versus Bisu on this map, and he thought, oh, the Mantos does it, then must be, Mantos cannot do any wrong. So anyway, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, one of the things to note about the map is whoever can contain the other player first has a really big advantage and can actually win the match based just on that. I've seen a couple of games
Right.
where whoever had more zealots and was able to control the ramp has won the game in the past. I think actually Bisu was playing someone else on this map. I don't think it was your boy, but he did that against someone else on the map and ended up taking the game pretty easily because of it. I mean, you just when you can't get out and you're fighting the uphill battle with the the 30% miss rate, it's too hard to overcome in a lot of cases. And so players tend to be out of their base as soon as possible to prevent that from happening. Now, both players have two gates at this point. The difference being that Stats has had the core tech up sooner. Although we are seeing range being upgraded for Young, and we are not seeing that being upgraded, as the observer so kindly points out, for Stats. So now we actually are seeing a little bit of another deviation from what I was kind of expecting to see from Stats. And I'm wondering if Stats is going to go for some other sort of tech at this point, maybe like a robo facility or something else. And no, there is the upgrade coming at this point, so he is going to go
Could
for
be a
range
fake.
after all. Yeah, it could be. It could be.
Could be a fake.
Nope, it's still
Looks like
going.
no, it's not a fake. Just a relatively late upgrade, I guess. But I'm gonna guess he's gonna go for reavers. That could be one way he can just take advantage of the fact he has earlier tech. And oh, mistake here from Young, letting another scouting
Wow.
probe in. I don't know if you recalled, but he was taking forever trying to kill the other probe. Actually, it was the same probe because it went down 2 hits. But it's not gonna see too much. But still, it took him forever. Oh, it was canceled. It was canceled, I think. I'm pretty
No.
sure that was a fake upgrade. It was canceled. Yeah, it's not spinning anymore.
Whoa, so Stash playing some mind games. Not bad,
Absolutely.
actually. Although, it should be mentioned that Inner Young is the one that has the high ground at this point. Stats, though, I think
Right.
has the superior force. So really, I would expect Stats to be able to start moving out a little bit here, or at least get out of his base to prevent Young from really containing him. Although it wouldn't really matter because if he gets those Reavers out, he'll be able to push his way out anyway. But still, you're right about that mistake from Young. I'm surprised he did that. Now Young is going to go and try to contain Stats, and he may actually be successful in doing so. It's going to be a little bit before that Reaver comes out. Although Stats is certainly going to be able to
Oh,
hold off any further attack. And oh, he's moving completely in, and now actually Stats has the advantage, I think. As he's got a better arc going than Young has, although maybe not, as they just have a little bit of a micro battle here. Pretty even unit count, although certainly quicker reinforcements for
oh,
Stats. So Stats doing a good job of microing, pulling his goons away. Although it
no,
looks
no,
like
no.
it,
The
yeah, it looks
range
like
is
it.
making the huge difference. The range upgrade was done for Young and not for Stats. And you just saw there how Stats' Dragoons had to keep moving in order to get in range, whereas Young could just camp his Dragoons didn't have to move, and that made a huge difference. We saw equal numbers of Dragoons go into the battle, and now a severe advantage for Young, and Young could win this game
Oh
right
wow.
away before there's even a chance of the Reaver coming out. Looks like he's killed all the Dragoons of Stats, so Young could win this game right now, and that's the difference, ladies and gentlemen, of range. Dragoon range is so important. Um, especially in Protoss versus Protoss, so I think it was a mistake there from Stats not to go for the range. I mean, I know he was thinking he was trying to go for the faster Reavers, but after a 2-gate, you still need range. And the 3-gate, by the way, Stats did have, no, sorry, Young did have a 3-gate, so that made a big difference too. And
Yep.
now
Yep.
Young is going to win the game.
Yeah, and I mean, it was just definitely a good timing push at that point. You're right about the range. I didn't catch it at first, but Stats was taking forever to move out of there, and GG's, man. So stats is now his stats have just decreased even more, having a little bit of a trouble living up to his name of having. Well, I guess his name doesn't mean anything. It just means that he has stats. But Inner Young, he's up. He's now 2-0. He is 100%
Yep.
win rate against two players now. So good for him. We'll see if he can continue the match. Although certainly he
Oh,
had some parts of his game that he could still improve at this point, I think.
yeah, and also Stats is not living up to his face, which looks a lot like Mind. And Mind's a
Yeah.
decent player, and Stats isn't. So I mean, if you gotta look like Mind, you also gotta play decent too. Anyway, I like that little bit of a shirt tug there from Face here, Young. Nice little shirt tug saying I got chest muscles also, which he doesn't, but it
That's
was a try
debatable.
anyway. Yeah. Lecaf also winning 3-0. Very impressive. They're going to get in their black fur pimp jackets now. And yeah, looking very, very strong here. Demolishing KTF 3-0. I mean, we just saw, Luxury and Flash, their top two players of KTF, getting demolished. And you got to feel bad for them because that's the best two they have, pretty much. Not just pretty much, that's the best two they have. Whereas Lecap also brought in their strongest two and won that. So that was a pretty good series, pretty short series. and Lecaf moves up in the rankings even more.
Congratulations to them. They are the winners, and it looked like there weren't many team members out for KTF either. Whereas Lecaf has the entire entourage there with their pimp coats, So really
I don't
showing a
see
good
backhoe.
showing here. Oh no, I don't either.
Uh, yeah, no backhoe. No backhoe sightings here.
It's
I
better
actually don't
that way.
recognize most of these guys. Yeah, it is better that way. I think there's Lomo there.